I was asked on my Patreon what are great ways to enhance your familiars. So I was thinking about writing that up, but I figured why not make a video about it instead. The first one is by using candles. Using candles, whether in a ritual operation or a spell or just even in solace by yourself, it does open a gateway. And with your intent, you can choose where that gateway is and where it goes to. So you can actively visualize your familiar through that candle flame and use psychic energy, which is mental energy and psychic energy, in your focus and beam that into the candle flame to empower the familiar itself. So if you were to do this like once a week, you could continually add substance for that being to live on and essentially be feeding the familiar. Another great option, number two, is radionics. And doing something as simple as having a energy source on the input and then on the output, the spirit sigil, your familiar, and drawing the energy from whatever this source is into that right here. And so you can empower a familiar that way. Another option, and this one I'm definitely going to say, like, do it safely and make sure you have an alcoholic swab with you. If you want to use a lancet, a dietary pen, pinprick one of the fingers on your hand, and if you want to take it to the next level, you can find out what each finger means on a spiritual level and see if maybe the ring finger will be more appropriate for the operation or the index finger or whatever. I do personally, when I'm doing it, use my ring finger on my left hand because it's like I'm dedicated to this work right here and I'm putting my blood on it and then burning it in the fire. So then that turns into an energy source through the flame into whatever familiar entity there is there. Now, the final way to go about empowering an entity is building like a little box or like a little mini shrine for the spirit and make it sigil on it and start every time there's like something that reminds you of that familiar you have. Let's say it's a wolf. Maybe you'll be in some store and you might find a little figurine of a wolf and you can put that in there. And then maybe you have some musk smelling cologne or something along those lines and you want to shoot it with that, and I don't know why you'd add musk to a wolf, but I guess I would. And just like different things that would bring that forth, like maybe a wolf tooth and putting it in that box, or building an idol, whatever it is that familiar is. And just by doing that, actively doing that, you are placing your physical energy and psychic energy, infusing it together into a physical manifestation of something on the spiritual side. So just by one of those four options, you're going to be able to empower your familiar and also be able to give it more life in the sense of it will do things and show itself more of who it is as a character as you're working with it. And so you're not putting it in a box. It'll actually bring it to life. And I've had some pretty funny, shocking moments occur with a couple familiars I have. And so just by following these four different steps, you can empower your familiar and be able to unlock new abilities, not only that they have, but maybe they'll show you something that you have that you haven't seen yet.